Hi, everyone. Happy Friday to all. Another Get Naked show with Dr. Auda today. And I have two today. And this is my first with a wonderful chiropractor, a leader in our profession, a friend, a sister Latina. So we're trying to make it a Spanglish here. And and we get naked style for those people that are joining. Please let us know where you're joining us from. Like, if you have any questions for her, please post it below so I can ask. And it's naked style, so we can ask anything. And yes, in naked style, we're going to let my awesome guest introduce herself and tell us a little bit about herself. So, Dr. Michelle, please introduce yourself for my Get Naked audience and let us know a little bit about you, whatever you want to share.
Well, hello, hola. My name is Dr. Michelle Massa. I am a chiropractor. I am the chair of the board of the Latin American Chiropractic Association, which I founded as well. I live in the Bay Area of California, so that's Northern California, not LA. I'm originally from Miami, and my Miami comes out frequently, AA. So I will be saying literally like probably 10 times as we're talking because everything is like literally from Miami. And I'm just sitting here loving life. I've got a wonderful daughter and a great practice and wonderful friends and an amazing life. And I am so happy to be here on this Naked Talk and ready to get naked and talk about whatever, because anybody who knows me knows I'm a complete open book. I have no filter and I'm just ready to get down and talk.
Well, that's the kind of guest I long for. So thank you so much for saying yes to this chat. And for the people watching, let us know if you can hear us because we were having some issues before with our earphones. So let us know, put yes, put likes, hearts, share with friends because this is going to be a real naked chit chat among girlfriends. So I recommend you watch. And if you're a chiropractic student, or just a layperson, we are going to hit some cool topics. It's the love month. We'll hit some relationship topics as well. And yes, and just to going. But in this time, I love that you said, you're surrounded with amazing people. And my whole Get Naked series is all about being real, being ourselves, being raw, just saying it like we see it, right? Because nobody can be Michelle and nobody can be Aura. Thank God. Because if there were probably two of us, who knows what will happen to the world?
Yeah.
But yeah, it wouldn't be good. But in that in that tone, what is it that you think you are most proud of, and why in this beautiful journey and all the things that you mentioned?
Yes, I would say, and that's always hard because I think that one of the things I explore in myself, in my writing, with my patients, I'm continually exploring worthiness. And in order to feel proud of yourself, you have to feel worthy. And every time someone's like, well, state your biggest accomplishment and talk about yourself, that's always so uncomfortable for me. But I would say at this point in my life and at this point in my journey through life, it would be walking through my 30s as a single mother, being unpartnered. I don't even like to say single mother, but an unpartnered parent in the most expensive area of the United States, somehow making it happen and learning how not to compromise who I am as a woman, who I am as an individual, who I am as a chiropractor, not fitting myself into anybody else's box, because people still to this day try to make me fit into their box. And I'm like, yeah, so I got my own box and this is where I'm at. So not allowing myself to be defined by other people's expectations of me and who I should be as a woman, what I should want, standing tall, standing in my own skin, being comfortable with who I am, taking leadership roles, even, in how I practice. One of the things that irks me the most is when somebody tells me how to practice or how to adjust or how to heal, because I'm just going to be who I am. And that's what makes me strong. Like, that's what gives me my strength. That's what gives me my power. And I, if you know, even in this talk, I'm sure you can see I'm a very powerful person, and I love sitting in my power, and I love coming at you with my power, because when I hide that from the world, the world is going to lose out, right? If I don't give everything that I've got, then somebody out there is not going to be who they are and express fully who they are. So if that makes you uncomfortable, that's not my problem. That's yours, right? And the only thing that can become my problem is when I am afraid to be all that I am. And if I can come at life with that and be unafraid to give everything that I have in every moment, then I mean, that's really what it is. I don't have to hide my emotions. I don't have to hide how intelligent I am. I don't have to hide how strong I am. I can just be that and sit in it and love it. I'm not even sure what the question was. I just started ranting.
I love it. Obviously, that's what Get Naked is just being yourself, loving yourself, and valuing yourself, because we cannot give what we don't own. So we cannot expect from others to value us, to love us, if we don't do it for us. And by removing all the masks that we're wearing, I posted something about, Get Naked is definitely, it's like the tidying up, like Mary Kondo style, of your emotional closet, which we all got it. But when we sit in it and we accept it, we love it, and we are not afraid to express it, because it is indeed what you just said, Michelle. It is our gift to the world. When you do not express your full on Michelle, the other people are missing out. They're missing out from who you can be, what you can give them, what they can learn from that interaction with you. So I love what you said. Obviously, it is a lot in my style, and that's why. And hi, Shannon. I know.
Hi, Shannon. Thanks for supporting us. How are you, girl?
Watching. We will Get Naked later too. This whole thing with Get Naked. Yes, let's clarify. We're not losing our clothes just yet. Even though, as you know, I'm in Miami, so I'm pretty much wearing nothing. Next to this window is like so hot. I'm like, oh, people, and the conversation.
It's freezing over here. So if I get naked, I'm going to be cutting glass. Like it's so cold right now. I have fuzzy socks on.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it cold in California?
Right now, yes, it's pretty cold. So we're up north. We're up, and I live right next to a mountain. So we have a little microclimate where it gets really chilly up here. So,
nice, nice. Well, it's beautiful. And in that town, I know you have been surrounded with chiropractic students and chiropractors and running LACA, and you had to deal with, speakers and putting an event together. I know how hard that is, obviously. I know I was having the same event the same weekend you were at LACA, and I was like, I can't believe we cannot be together on this, but, putting together Chiro Mission and putting together speakers and organizing the logistics and everything else. I know. So I praise you for doing that, because I get it. I know how hard that is. And in that tone, that you have been surrounded with chiropractors and chiropractic students, what do you think we're missing in chiropractic? What is that one thing that can propel us to the next level in order to, just like I was speaking with Chandel and Lacey Books the other day, just to propel us to at least be able to get the choice out to the world, so they can choose. They can know better what chiropractic is, and they can have the choice of choosing it or not, but at least they know. What is it that was keeping us in this thing instead of out of this thing, so we can offer this gift to the world that is so precious?
Oh, what a loaded question. And I'm sure, depending on which camp you talk to, what that's going to sound like.
That's why I do these things. I want the naked, I want the just raw conversations. Come on. Somebody needs to have it. And that's how I started.
Thank you. All right. Here's my personal take, and these are my personal opinions. Number one, I see, of course, chiropractic as a science, philosophy, and art. And the science being you as a doctor, the philosophy, you as a chiropractor, the art, you as a healer. And if you get stuck on any one of those three without embracing all three of them, that's where we get stuck. And there are plenty of camps within chiropractic that only want to focus on one. And that's great. You can coach people from that place. But when you show up every day to serve, you got to show up as all three. You got to know who you are in all three of those areas. So for me, I also, as far as LACA is concerned, I want to see more doctors of chiropractic of Latin American descent in the world. So it's not just chiropractors I want to see doctors of chiropractic. And those of you that have been in my classes, I teach continuing education. I'm known mostly for ethics and law, but a lot of what I teach more of how to be a doctor. How do you think clinically? How do you think critically? How do you come up with, how do you figure this person out? That's being a doctor. And that's not easy. Let me tell you, if you show up and that person does not clear out, that's on you. You messed up. Right? If you don't know what to do and the person's not getting better, guess what? You're not being a good doctor. And that one hurts to hear. That stings a little bit, right? Because that's because you're not up on your game. So I am challenging every single one of you to be up on your game. If you have 3 tools in your toolbox and that's all you show up with every day, and that's all you got, and you think that you're so great with your 3 tools, and you can't humble yourself enough to learn a new tool to figure somebody out, then that's on you, right? Then that's not you being a doctor, because it's called a practice, and you show up with curiosity every day. You show up with humility and curiosity to serve and to learn. I call it a practice because I don't know what I'm going to get. And, and I love complicated cases, and I love clearing out complicated cases, and I love seeing miracles every day. But what I really love is when somebody shows up and it's not easy. That's my favorite kind of case, because that challenges me and pushes me to grow beyond what I already know. If I can show up every day and I get everybody better all day, every day, that's great. That's a great way to build a life. But then I don't grow and I don't change and I don't start healing myself. And we all know whoever walks into your practice every single day is a reflection of where you're at, whether mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. What is it that you're carrying that you haven't healed for yourself? And if you can't show up with that every day and you're unwilling to look at that and see that, then you're falling short. Then what are you bringing? Why are you doing this? So for me, I think we need to accept that, number one, we are doctors, and it is an honor and privilege to be called a doctor. Y'all want to go back to being a master's degree? Have fun. Go over there. But the reason why we are able to do what we do, especially in the state of California and throughout the US, is because we have a doctor title. So if don't walk around calling yourself doctor, but when it comes down time to be a doctor, you're like, I don't do that. I'm too good for that, right? If you're going to call yourself doctor, step up and be a doctor every damn day. Show up to be a doctor. And internationally, same thing, right? In order for us to move the profession forward, we need to have a clear understanding that we are doctors. And in order to move international legislation forward, we're going to have to step up the game all the way. Is it hard to be a doctor? Heck yeah. Is it hard to pass those classes? Is it hard to get yourself out of your comfort zone? Is it hard to work all those hours, and still have a personal life and still have to get good grades and still have to have a passing above a 75%? Yeah, it is really hard. But that's why you get to call yourself doctor. So if you don't want that and you're not ready for that and you don't want to step into that, you don't want to own that, there are plenty of other master's degree programs out there for you. There are bachelor's degree programs out there for you. There are other professional degrees that you can go do. But if you want to be doctor, then you got to work for it. And once you work for it, own it, be it, continue to challenge yourself, continue to go to other seminars that push you to be better, that push you to learn a little bit more, because you can only learn to your own capacity. So you never stop learning. I want to see 90-year-old chiropractors at technique workshops saying, yeah, no. I know I have tons of experience. I'm not here to tell you what I know. I'm here for you to tell me what you know, because I'm here to learn from you. And if we all start to learn from each other and honor the healer in each and every one of us, then we start to grow as a profession. When we respect each other for what we know,
but
then
we
start to
do
grow.
individually.
Yeah, because all of us have something different to give.
Yeah.
So,
And so education will be your key. That will be the thing that we need to step up. And I do agree. It's like, I even talked to my mom. My mom is like, why are you going to another seminar?
I know.
I'm like, Mom, if she's watching, I love you, Mom. But yes, I'm like, Mom, because you got to stay on top of things. Plus, when we are, together we indeed rise. That's why I do this
Mhm.
naked chat. That's why I want to mingle with all of you. That's why we collaborate and we respect each other for who we are, and we just raise our vibration to be able to
Mhm.
impact more people. But yes, go to seminars, keep learning, stay humble, put your
Yes.
ego aside, and let the people be your drive. Because if you're not at your best, what do you get to offer,
Yeah.
right? They come
Mhm.
to you trusting you.
Yes.
Every time they give me a baby, I'm like, I feel so humble. They're trusting me with this thing, this beautiful little miracle you just had in you for 9 months. So
Yeah.
I think it's just such an honor that we have to serve people. And when we stay on top, just like you were mentioning, and education is so, so important not to get comfortable. Get on the
Yes.
edge of uncomfortable.
Yes.
I was just talking about how I don't like technology. I'm not going to say it, but yes, I don't like it. And so I do all these things, and I decided to make a podcast and all these things because I know I need to step out of that fear in order to give my gift. And
Mhm.
so if that fear has kept me from not being able to learn how to do a podcast, not being able to do how to do a live, you're just cheating yourself. So just step out and be humble. And yes, go to all the seminars you can, support each other because we're all in this together. So
Mhm.
now that we are on all in this together, do you think, and I always ask this question because I started this naked TikToks for that reason. Do you think is there a way or anything that we can do to unify us more so we can be a bigger powerhouse towards for the world and not for each other, even though it would be great for each other and for the world. But is there such a thing as unity? I know I got an amazing answer on Wednesday that I was doing a couple interviews and I was like, yeah, I was like, oh, okay. And it's so true. It's so true. What they said is so true. So there's no right or wrong answer, but I just like to get that conversation going.
It's funny. I've always been one of those people that's friends with everybody, right? So it's really funny if you look at who my friends are. Some of my friends that are really good friends are on both sides of the argument and are and probably really don't like each other. I mean, it's funny when I'm in private messages and they're like totally dissing somebody that I really love and I really like. So I don't know where unity is going to come from. I mean, I think that honestly, if we take the message out of the messenger, we'll get closer to unity, because I think that there's a lot of amazing people with amazing messages, but because of who they are, and I could easily be one of those people because I know there's plenty of people that, I just rub the wrong way with how I am. I'm too Latina, I'm too Latin, I'm too strong, whatever, but if we can take the message away from the messenger and just look at what it is that the person is saying, then we can get closer to that. Because there's so many times that, I'll hear on these threads that people are like bashing the individual, and I'm like, that might be true. However, their message is chiropractic. So can we go back to that? Can we listen to that? And at the same time, there are plenty of people that are a messenger that are unable to do that, right? There's plenty of people that are out there that is a message around chiropractic, but they just can't get their ego out of it, right? So I think that ultimately, in order to have unity, right, you can't have unity with egos. You got to have unity with humility. And I think that's the theme of what I've been saying. Like, and in order to be humble, you got to be transparent, right? It's like, honestly,
Exactly.
and this is one thing that I have learned, because a lot of my life is very public, and a lot of my accounts are public, and I really put a lot of my life out there. And what I have learned is that people want to see you. They want you to be transparent. They really want to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. If I only put out what's good in my life, that's not real.
Nope.
And now I'm just being driven by my ego, and I'm not giving you a clear message of who I am. And there's plenty of times I've had people tell me, well, don't say those kinds of things because you don't want people to know that. And it's like, well, why not? That is part of my experience. That is part of who I am. In order for me, and the new trend that I really see in leadership right now across, not just in chiropractic, but in leadership trainings, it's transparency,
Yep.
right? Can I come forward and be exactly who I am and let you see exactly what my life is and who I am? When I do that, now I'm getting naked, right? I'm getting naked, I'm getting real, and
Yep.
I can drop my rocks, I can drop the ego, and I can and now I can be not only a more transparent leader, I can be a transparent healer. And just remembering that, like, this is why we are here. We are chiropractors. Like, we get so caught up in making money and business. And I want to have a group so that people follow me. And I want to do this and that so everybody looks at me. And like, who cares about that stuff? Like, bottom line, I became a chiropractor to help people through chiropractor, to be a facilitator of healing, right? To facilitate universal intelligence, channeling through me, speaking to that person's innate intelligence, and having that transmission of healing energy pass through the both of us. That's what I got into this for. And remembering that when you show up every day, that's what we're here to do. Hey, some of you are better at business. Some of you are better at politics. Some of you are better at technique or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, why did we all go to chiropractic school? Why did we go? What are we there to do? When you go to speak in front of an audience, think of that right before you go up on stage. When you go to do a podcast, think of that right before you go to speak. Whatever it is, show up with that. Let that be your driving intention. And that's how we're going to come together, because we're all going to be coming from the same heart. Yeah. So
that's what all these interviews, and I don't even know. Jim Chester interviewed me yesterday, and he's like, "How many have you done?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm not that, I'm not keeping numbers, but definitely I've done. I don't even know how many lives, but I think interviews myself, I've done like 30 so far. And the more I ask this question, the more I realize we all want the same thing. Mm-hmm. We do. We want to. We want to be heard. We want to, we want to matter in the world. We want to make an impact. We want to affect other people. Mm-hmm. If you had all the money in the world, but you were not making an impact on anybody, that wouldn't make you happy. Hence how people that are millionaires commit suicide, right?
Yeah.
So that's not it. It's making an impact. So indeed, thinking about your why. Why am I doing this? Why did I become a chiropractor? Why am I doing these interviews? Who am I? What is it that I'm going to get? And it has, the end is the people. If you're doing it, that's why you're getting out of your comfort zone. That's why I put myself on that edge and I do all these uncomfortable things that I don't like, because I know that other people are going to be benefited, and it is for the love to rise each other so we can impact the world, whether it is your chiropractic student, a housewife, a woman going through a divorce. It doesn't really matter. My goal is to make a bigger impact, because my true why is I want to make a better world for my kids. Hey, I'm selfish. So that is my true why behind all the craziness, because people are like, why are you doing this? Why do you put yourself out there? Why do you put your dirty laundry out there? Why do you interview all these people on your days off? Why are you constantly doing mission trips? Why? Because indeed, I want to make a better world. I want to impact hearts. And I know you do too, Michelle. If not, you wouldn't be here. And I think that is the thing that might unify us to get a louder voice in the world, because chiropractic doesn't matter your technique or what you do. I know you want to help people. Mm-hmm. I know it's not just about making a buck. I know, because I've been around enough chiropractic leaders in our profession, enough students. I know everybody just wants to make a difference in their life and the life of other people. So yeah, with that note in mind, because we could chat for 3 hours, I want to ask you if there's any life lessons, any regrets that you might have, anything, because we indeed, when we share our troubles or whatever, we are blessing others with the lesson that we went through ourselves. So I always go through that. I believe that there is no real regrets, because we learn from it and we expand. But I always ask this question and let my person just choose whatever they want to. If you want to share a story, if you want to share a lesson, if you want to share a regret, whatever it is that you want to share, Tanya.
Oh, okay. Well, if you know me at all, in my personal life and in my professional life and in my financial life and my everything life, I am a ready, shoot, aim. That's how I operate through life, and the gift of that is that I just come at life really raw, and I experience everything for what it's worth, and it's always beautiful. And I lead from my heart, and I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I just don't care. Sometimes I may have, it would have been a different experience had I thought before I acted, had I not said that without thinking about it first, had I not acted before So, I mean,
Yeah.
could I be a little more methodical? Sure. But in that, I think that makes me the leader that I am. I think it makes me the woman that I am. It makes me the mother that I am. It makes me the chiropractor that I am. It makes me the educator that I am. All of those things are because that's part of me. And in this point in time and in this life experience, I was made to just live life out loud, if you will. I was just made to just experience it. And I just am so in love with life that I just want to get it all in, want to get it all in before it's over. And I'm like, sometimes I look and I'm like, am I already 40? No, I had so much more to do and experience, but it's okay. I still got time, but,
you got time, girl. Every day is time.
Yes. Every day is an adventure. And I mean, I think that other people tell me that I should regret that, but I'm going to continue living my life the way I'm going to live it and not really care about what other people think. So
there's no regrets. Last night I was at a funeral of a lady, a very close friend, Eddie Martinez, and Dr. Martinez. He's the president of the
Florida Chiropractic.
Oh my God, he will kill me if I just Google that. But anyways, I known this lady since I known him, which is around 26 years, and she died at 96 years old. And her one thing, and it was such a beautiful service, and she died peaceful, never took drugs, never did anything. It was just the most beautiful life she lived. She was always happy, and she would always tell us, your job in life is to be happy.
Yay, I love it.
And kids come here to be happy. So just strive for happiness every day with every little thing and just feel it and let your joy and life just burst out of you. Who cares? Everybody needs a little love. Everybody needs, this is naked style. And yes, tidying up your emotional life is getting rid of all these hang-ups that we have around it and all the hang-ups that we have to be this person. Because just like I mentioned, my mother, if I had to be whom she wants me to be, trust me, I wouldn't be having this. Get Naked would have never existed, and I would be talking to you. So they would have done that because that's not the proper thing to do. And who cares? It's your life. And I know when I express myself, I know, Michelle, when you express yourself, yes, sometimes we don't have a filter, but it's yes, we can a little bit just to be softer, but the truth needs to come out. And reality, the truth hurts sometimes. And it's okay because that's how we learn. That's how we get uncomfortable. That's how we grow. And that's how we impact the world a little bit more. So in Naked Style, yes, we're going to talk about, because obviously Naked to me is about working with relationships. And I think since I met you at Karo Sushi, we've been talking about this. My whole talk at Karo Sushi in June was around relationships because I thrive on it. Hence now I'm coaching, and this is it. I think relationships are a must. Not only a relationship you have with God, if you have one, yourself, and those around you, and people like you, Michelle, that is part of the relationships that just build each other up. So in that topic, because
now we're really getting naked.
In that topic, yes. Ooh, people. Yes. What do you think I'm going to ask next?
I don't know, but I do have to say this. Because my life is so public. People are always very curious about my relationship life, and I do keep my personal life private.
I wasn't going to go there. You see, I wasn't even going to go there. You didn't let me finish.
Okay, but ask me whatever you want.
I wasn't gonna go there, but yes, and I'm having my one day naked experience now, March 16th in Miami. You should come down, Michelle, and I will definitely strip down all those and tidy up our emotional closet, Mary Kondo style, so we can pick up and at least be good with our truth and accept it, love it, reflect on it, and see that everything that has happened has served us, so we can shine our true light into the world without caring what people think, because it doesn't really matter. I always tell my daughter, who cares? Why do you care what other people think? They're looking at their phones. They're not looking at you.
Very true.
They are not. So Naked Style, yes. Okay. What is your relationship? I was going to talk about business relationships.
Oh, okay.
What is your relationship tip in order for us to because I do feel we all need a circle. We all need a support people. And whether you have a coach, I have a coach. I love coaching, hence I'm coaching myself. But I love having people that you can bounce on. And what is your relationship tip that you can give us? Because I know you bounce a lot of relationships. You see, I wasn't going to go there. I'm also a little private of my life.
I'm just putting it out there. Can you have me on like the naked talks for the lay people so I could talk about all my poetry and my muses and all that stuff? But since we're talking chiropractic,
how does your poetry build you up? How has that helped you in relationships? Whether it is relationships is very broad, but I'm talking about relationships, whether it is higher power, to yourself, to those around you. When I speak about relationships, I'm not talking about a man,
or woman or whatever.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not talking about your partner. That is just one more of your relationships, but that's not the all of relationships. Just to be clear with those people out there. So in that, what would be a tip that you can share with our audience about getting naked, relationship style, or what has helped you, what builds you up? If it's your poetry, please share. I want to hear.
No, so certainly the most important relationship I'm going to have is that with my higher power, who I choose to call God. And so that's the first relationship I need to make sure it's in check, because no matter what I am facing in life, if I'm not clear in that area, things are going to fall apart for me, right? So making sure that for me, every morning I wake up and I work on that relationship with God. Every morning when I wake up, I need my private time to really connect, to write, to, practice all of my spiritual practices, which are very diverse, and do all of that to make sure that I'm centered in however I'm approaching life. And so being connected to my higher power connects me to myself, helps me love myself, see my worthiness, see how deserving I am, all of those things, and helps me approach my relationships from a healed place. Now, I'm not healed every day. There's plenty of days that I'm approaching my relationships from my wounds and from my past. And, we all carry that stuff with us. And that's, with as much as enthusiasm as I approach life and how much I love life, I get that through exploring my wounds and through getting down deep and digging in there. I'm not one for shallow relationships. Certainly all of my friendships are pretty deep, and we talk deep. If I don't like you, I don't with you, and you'll know it. I don't even say hi, whatever. I'll just be like, who? So I have learned the hard way, that, and this is like from the honeymoon effect, Bruce Lipton, if you meet somebody and it's just not feeling right in your gut or your heart or wherever you drive from, then just flow the other way. Because there's plenty of people that I don't even know what I did. I just showed up with my energy and we just don't vibe, right? Like my energy messes with your demons. Okay, cool. That's cool. You flow your way, I'm going to flow mine. When I flow towards my tribe and my squad and my inner circle and the people that are really that through thick and thin, like we just vibe together and I can be real and I can be myself and there's no judgment. Like that's what lifts me up. That's what helps me keep going. That's what gets me through the hard days. That's what helps me speak my truth about whatever it is that's going on in my life. And also, and getting that support from people in my personal and professional life it gives me the strength to continue to be who I am. Because I'm a completely unconventional person. I don't like following rules and I don't like fitting in people's boxes. And I really, and sometimes that gets scary. Sometimes I am so much of myself, it scares me. And knowing that I have people in my life that say, girl, shine your light, be you, do you, that gives me the strength to keep going and to continue to do that unafraid. And if we can, and you don't got to be friends with everybody and you don't got to have a really large circle. You just got to just have the people that are down for you. Right. And if you can give that back to the relationship, right. And it's like, if you each have that respect for each other, that you're going to honor who each other is in every moment and lift each other up and give each other the strength to be your authentic self, then we heal as a planet. We grow as a planet. We grow as humans. we have an evolution of consciousness where as a human race, we start to elevate ourselves and really start to vibrate at a higher frequency globally, universally, and get out of this 3D realm and really start to enter up in those other realms of consciousness where we start vibrating of the frequency of love. And if we're all vibrating at a frequency of love, imagine what the world would be.
Yep. I think the more you work with yourself, and another thing that I heard this on Wednesday that I interviewed that couple. They're just so awesome. They're like, have a vision for yourself, especially when you're in that kind of relationship. Have a vision for yourself, then he has a vision for himself. And then you come together and just so you don't compromise your values, yourself, who you really are for another relationship, whether that is it at work or loving or whatever it is, or friendship. You do not, you keep yourself, you keep such respect for your values and who you are, that other relationship just allows you to keep growing. And just it's like pearls, and they have their own agenda, but your both agendas come close to a certain degree, so you keep growing vertically instead of just having resentments because that person didn't do it. Just I think expectations.
There's no other human being on this planet that is ever going to give you the love that you're seeking from God.
Oh.
At the end of the day, humans will always disappoint you. They're always going to disappoint you. I'm going to disappoint you. You're going to disappoint me because we're human beings and we have wounds. And because we're human, we're going to have wounds and they're always going to be there. God, higher power, whatever it is that you believe in, there's no wounds there. There's only love there. So until you connect with that and know that that's the only truth that really exists, and if you continue to seek that in other people, you're always going to end up disappointed and hurt. And you're always going to approach life from a place of, of hurt, disappointment, resentment, anger, all of those things. So,
It's so true. Yeah. Just give it. You have to always, I have a series that is how to get the love you want. And obviously doesn't come from a partner. It's going to come from that. Yeah. Building that relationship with with the God, if that is for you, and then with yourself. So you are strong enough in your being, and then you will indeed attract that person, those people, that circle that is going to keep you going in the direction of your dreams. And that can always alter and change because it's your life, it's your path, it's your journey. There's no straight lines here, right?
And that's actually, I like how you said that, because as you grow and change, your circle is going to change. And it hurts sometimes to lose good friends that were really close to you because, you started changing, how you think changes. So sometimes you have to let some relationships go because they're just not, you're not vibrating at the same frequency anymore. And if you can lovingly accept and release that, because sometimes people can grow together and sometimes they just grow apart. And that's a part of relationships and that hurts sometimes. But then it gets replaced with somebody else who really was a better match. And that could be in business, in friendships, and romantic relationships. I mean, it's happened to me plenty of times throughout life, in all of those areas of my life. And being in a state of knowing that everything that is for me is coming towards me. All I got to do is continue to focus on a frequency of vibration of love. If I can stay in a state of love, then nothing that is for me is going to pass me. It's all coming my way. All of my blessings are all right there. They're just waiting. They're like, girl, it's Friday. I'm just going to shower you with blessings. You got blessings all day long. It's all for you. And the only way I block that is if I get out of that love vibration, right? That's the only way I'm going to miss out on those blessings. Blessings on blessings, I'm blessed.
It is so true. And we all have our morning routines. And for me, it's very central. I have to be centered in that love, gratefulness state in order to be able to have my attractability on. And what I mean is attracting what is for me and attracting how I'm going to grow my best to help others, right? And I love the letting go. I work with relationships and I feel the biggest issue is that people just hang on too much too. But it's no longer, it doesn't mean that you don't like that person anymore. It's not part of your value system. It's not part of your journey. It was there. I always say people are there either for a reason, for a season, or a lifetime, right? So you choose, and it's okay if somebody's there just for a season. It doesn't make them bad. It doesn't make you bad. It's just it makes you real when you realize that you are able to part way with that relationship, whether it is friendship, business, or loving. I think that is just so key. It's just like they tell us, right? If you want to fire a staff, probably by the time you fire them, you are like 6 months late.
Yeah.
Because that person you should have fired a long time ago. So yeah. So that is so true. And thank you for sharing that. And thank you for sharing your passion and your love. And now for our audience, because we have to get going and wrap it up, where can they find you? What are your future projects? Anything? How can they reach you?
Yes. Okay. Well, all over social media. Where do you want to find me? Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I do have a few different brands. So depending on what you like, feel free to follow them all. Follow what really calls to you. So me as a chiropractor, speaker, and educator, that's all Michelle Massa, DC. You can find me like that all over the place. And I have a website, michellejmassa.com. For those of you that are interested in getting involved and changing the world through chiropractic in Latin America, we need you. We need help. We need people. We need drivers. We need people that are ready to love, give, and serve through chiropractic, and see and build each other up, because really that's a community that we're here. I want to see more doctors of chiropractic, and I want us united, and I want us helping each other, because what's happening in our country right now is, something that we've never faced ever. And we need to come together, and we need to know that we are worthy and we are valuable, and we need to rise up. So if that's Latin American Chiropractic Association. We've got a group. It's open. It's public. Just get on in there. We have a page. I'm reworking the website. The website needs a whole overhaul. But you can join the group, and that's mostly where we're active right now on Facebook. And we also are on Instagram. If you're into poetry, I have Mickey Michelle. That's my poetry. I'm on Facebook and on Instagram, so you can follow me on there. And the M Solution is a non-chiropractic brand. That's a new startup that I have going on. And so that has to do with the emotional, subconscious, and behavioral aspects of weight loss. So you can find me on Instagram and Facebook on those brands as well.
Wow. Okay, so you're going to post all these websites, because I couldn't. It was a lot. I'm going to, because you are so powerful and people have short attention spans. I'm going to recommend that.
Hey, some people have hung in there with us for a little bit.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, but I'm going to recommend you to do a landing page with all those things, so people can just find you at massa.com or whatever it is. I just found that it was easier for me than to give the chiropractic page or the chiropractic page or the speaker page or all those Thick and Naked page, all those things. That because you are a powerhouse, and all those things are going to grow as you keep on growing and helping us all be better. So anything that I can serve you with, you can always count on me. I'm here to give you the honest opinion. Sometimes might not be welcome, but oh well. But you understand me, so it's okay. But thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us. Thank you for everybody that was watching. This was another Get Naked show with Dr. Aura, and I had the pleasure of having Dr. Michelle Massa with me. Please go check out her pages, go friend her, like her, message her. She loves to get into opinionated talks and Facebook. So you can always find her awesome opinion there. And for those people that want to tidy up your emotional closet, I'm having my one day Get Naked experience March 16th in Miami, in sunny, very hot Miami. And it will be a one-day transformational one-on-one coaching in which we're going to strip down and see our truth, ugly or not, but we will leave there totally liberated, more at peace, more lean and light to then conquer our goals. So I recommend that you check that out. I would love to have you, and probably be one of my last times, because it's going into a digital product. So, so for everyone that was watching and that was part of this Get Naked talk show, thank you so much. We love and appreciate you. Keep sharing your love. Keep sharing your passion. We can indeed all rise together. Comment below, share with others, and let me know who else you want to hear from. And we will get naked as well. Michelle, it's been a pleasure. Thank you
for having me. This was fun.
to everybody. Have a blessed Friday and stay tuned because at 1 o'clock, I'm going to have another interview with another Latin superstar. So I can wait to speak with him. I think it will be in Spanish. Yeah.
Ooh, well, this
I
was
don't have
supposed to
any
be in
of those.
Spanish, but whatever.
Yeah, I know, ¿verdad? No salió. I know. Salmon. My kids always cut. Yeah, we say, yeah, you want to have some salmon? That's a Miami thing, people. It's not salmon. It's salmon. Okay? All right. Bye, everyone.
All right,
Have a blessed
bye.
one. Ciao.
Bye.
No.